Hi guys, welcome back to Everything with the Landors, and from the title you already know what it is. We are about to set up our sinking funds for 2021. Now, just to give you a little backstory, when me and Deshae first started budgeting, we used sinking funds and we did it with the envelope method. We did our cash envelope and our daily spending and our sinking funds in envelopes. Then we transferred to keeping all of our sinking funds inside of a savings account, and I kept track of it digitally. And that was going good for a while. Close to the end of 2020, me and Deshae decided to use majority of that money to kind of pay off some debt, and because we had about $8,000 in our sinking fund, so we used a lot of that money to pay off debt. And then we just kind of was in a limbo. We were not doing sinking funds, but we were still paying off debt. So we seen a lot of our money just go away from us and not know where it went. So I said we need to start back doing sinking funds. Okay, we need to start back doing it how we first started, in the envelopes, because we were more organized and we kept to our budget more when we did it in the envelopes. So I did like it in the cash in the bank, but this way was the best for us. I'm still going to utilize keeping it in the bank, and I'll kind of explain that, how we decided to go about that. But as far as right now, it's in the envelopes, and I'm going to be doing this every month. So I don't want this video to be too long. So this is me setting up my cash envelopes so I can be ready for the next month, which is February. And that's going to be the first time I'm kind of stuffing the envelopes. So this is my sinking funds, and this is for my short and long term. This is not for my everyday spending. I will show you guys what I use, and probably in another video, what I use for my everyday spending, like grocery, gas, and personal money and stuff like that. This is just for sinking funds, long term and short term. So I want to go over, I guess, the categories that we have really fast. So I have one for debt snowball, home maintenance, car maintenance, dental, Christmas, vacation, boss moves, school, emergency. So this was my short term, and then this is my long term savings, and then this is emergency, Arbery savings, Kaysen savings, Cali savings, and this is the challenge that I'm doing for the month, for the year. Is the 100 envelope challenge, and I'll kind of get into that for another video. And this is my coin envelope, and then this is where I keep my $1,000 slips that I'll explain to you in a minute. So this is the cash that we're working with for the month to set up our sinking funds. And I am so excited to be going back to my sinking funds and stuffing them, because it kept me more on track with my budget, and I knew exactly where our money was going, and we saved a lot more when we were doing actually stuffing our cash envelopes. So I'm excited to kind of get back into the groove of things. So I'm not going to be explaining the amounts that I kind of broke it down for the year, but if you want a video about that, I will do that video. So we're kind of going to put this off to the side. And there we go. Okay, so go back to the front. So let's get started. So for our debt snowball, we're gonna be putting $3,400 in here. So I do keep the same account that used to be our sinking fund account is now our debt snowball account. And what we're basically doing is we're saving up the money for the next debt. So right now, the debt that we're paying off is my husband's credit card. So when we get that full amount into this debt snowball column, that's what we're going to pay it off with. Until then, we're going to keep saving it and keep saving it. And if some type of emergency happens while we're saving it, this is where we pull from mainly. Of course, if it's a home maintenance, we'll take all the money out of home maintenance. But the next thing that we pull from is the debt snowball, because we kind of just thought about it and we say, okay, instead of just paying $1,000, because this credit card is kind of big, so instead of just paying $1,000 here every month, we'll just save it up. And if something happens along the way where we need that money, we will pull from that first, because it don't make sense to get into more debt putting something on a credit card or another credit card when we have the money sitting in debt snowball. So we're kind of using it as a backup emergency, but the main priority or the main goal for that account is to pay off debt. So as soon as we get that amount in that account, we're going to go ahead and pay it off completely and then kind of start over from there. So that's what we kind of did from our lowest debt until the debt that we're working on now. So that's where we kind of went with that. So in that account is going to be $3,400. So it already has $3,000 inside of the savings account. So that's where these 1,000 slips come from. Every time there is 1,000 in this, I'm going to transfer it to the bank. Okay, so that's 1,000, 2,000, 3, and then it's going to be 400. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go ahead and count that all together. And that's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 100, 200, 300, 400. So that's 3,400 going into our debt snowball. Alrighty. So that's all done. And then we have home maintenance. Home maintenance currently has 500 inside of it. So that's what we're going to get. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna do it in 50s. So that's 500 going into home maintenance, where you guys can see it. So next is car maintenance, and car maintenance is getting 30. So I'm going to put 30 in there. That's 20, 30. Okay. Dental is getting 20. So I'm gonna put a $20 bill in there. And guys, I made these cash envelopes myself. This is my first time making it, so I'm really proud of myself. Christmas is getting 100. So I did something wrong, because Christmas is getting 100. You know what? I think I put too much into that snowball. It was 3,300. So it was 3,300. So that's 1,000, 2,000, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, it was 3,300. was going into that snowball. I knew that was wrong. Okay, so then I'm gonna go back to Christmas, and Christmas gets 100. Okay, vacations gets 10. So I'm gonna do a 10. And we're not really going anywhere because of COVID or anything, so I'm not really focused on that. Boss Moves gets nothing. School gets zip. Emergency has 8,000. So we were strictly going Dave Ramsey, and that was the first thing that we did when we were budgeting, was save $8,000. So that hasn't changed. That is still in the bank. So that's 1,000. Aubrey savings is getting 25. So that's 25. There we go. And I can't get it in there. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Cali savings, K-Cent savings, which is my son, he's also getting 25. He's getting 25. And then Callie is also getting 25. And that was the last one. So I hope you guys join me I'll be stuffing my cash envelopes every 2 weeks on the 1st and the 15th. And so I will be making videos every time I do stuff my cash envelope. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you want me to kind of break down the amounts that I want to save for each category and how I came to those amounts, I will make that video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. It does help us. So until next time, bye.